Last year, I directed an ominous public service announcement that made a few headlines in the inland northwest. My secret? SMPTE bars and tone. Here's how I shaped this sound into the background of an eerie, creepy scene. The video I directed asks people not to rake their leaves into storm sewers, so I thought, how the heck do we get people to watch a video about raking leaves? Well, Halloween was coming up, and last year, clowns and sewers were in vogue. The opening scene needed to be a little on the spooky side. I didn't have a budget for background music, so what I did was take bars and tone and shape it into an eerie, unsettling sound. Listen up and see if you can hear it in this opening shot.
Hello, Jerry. Ah, Jerry, stop! I was about to offer you a balloon, but you're raking leaves in my face. Knock it off! Last week, your leaves clogged a pipe and flooded half the street.
It was kind of subtle, but it helped create a sense of unease. Here's how I did it. In Adobe Premiere, I go over to my project panel, New bars and tone. I'll make sure that settings match the rest of my sequences, click OK, and there it is. In the 1950s, the Society for Motion Picture and Television Engineers, or SMPTE, developed their bars and tone to test that NTSC video signals were being transmitted and received correctly. The color bars helped engineers to calibrate their video equipment, while a continuous 1000 Hz audio tone helped them calibrate audio. From there, I'll make a new sequence from the clip. Now it's in my timeline and I can edit it. I'm not going to do anything with the video, really. In fact, if I was using Adobe Audition, I could use their tone generator and then import that tone into Premiere. Today, let's keep things simple and stay in Adobe Premiere, so I will unlink these. Now I can edit the bars separate from the tone. I'm going to Control-C and then Control-V to paste this tone into my timeline. I'm going to put each tone in a separate audio track, because what I'm going to do is I'll make a chord with high, medium, and low. Let's start with the low. The bars and tone have a 1000 Hz tone, which is somewhere between a B on the 5th octave and a C on the 6th octave for you music theory people. We'll go over to Effects, type in Pitch, there's Pitch Shifter. Say that 3 times fast. There it is. We'll edit the parameters and bring it down an octave. That'll get it closer to the low, unsettling tone that I want to be the foundation of this chord. We're almost there. I'm going to extend this out. One thing that I need to point out is this precision box right here. Right now we're in low precision. If we go to high precision, that changes things a little. With high precision, it's a continuous tone. It's a continuous tone because Pitch Shifter takes more sample points. Because it has more sample points, the difference between each point is imperceptible to the human ear. Whereas low precision, it's easier on your processor, but it can sound a little choppy, which is, in this case, exactly what I want. I advise against using low precision if you're changing somebody's voice, but for a tone that you want to oscillate, it is perfect. Now this isn't quite as low as I would like, so I will drag another pitch shifter into my effect controls. You can only shift 1 octave at a time. So I'll edit, bring it down another whole note, or 2 semitones. That sounds just a little creepier. On to the middle note. We'll drag these out. Bring over pitch shifter. Now bring it up 10 semitones or something. That way it's on the same octave as the low note, which I shifted 12 semitones. There are 12 semitones in an octave, and then 2 more, so minus 14. If I did my math correctly, it should be just a little more than 2 octaves above the low tone. Not exactly, because that would be just too nice. I don't want this to sound pleasant. So by having it a little over 2 octaves, I think this is a C sharp instead of a C, but don't quote me on that. It'll be just a little unsettling. Here we go. We can do the same thing with with the top note, pitch shifter. We'll start 1 octave above and then a little bit more. That sounds almost too nice. There we go. Maybe we don't need this pitch shifter after all. I'll turn that off. The next step is to balance this chord. I want the low note to be predominant. So I'll just go to my level. I don't need keyframes. -12. -12 on that one. Go away keyframes. Now I can take this and add it to my main timeline where I can shape it as needed. If I were to make a new sequence from this timeline, this is the exact same thing as before, but condensed down into a single track. Now that it's here, I can add keyframes to my volume so that I can affect all 3 tracks at once. Then I can add crescendos and diminuendos into the main video. So let's start with this a little more subtle, maybe -24. And as the tension grows, it'll get louder. For the record, nobody actually went into a sewer. I composited 2 videos together to make it appear that way. Sewers can be dangerous places, and you should never go into one without the supervision of an OSHA-certified expert. If any of your projects use audio, you might benefit from more audio tips, lessons, and tech reviews. Click subscribe down below for more videos about audio.